Hey guys, so today I'm going to be showing the new 6970 cable clutch kit that we're coming out with here at MustangSteve. And it's pretty simple. We have a handful of parts here that's going to come with the kit. You're going to get a clutch pedal, a 6970 clutch pedal, which is obviously different than our other clutch pedals that we have. And then you're going to have this piece here, which is a steel, quarter-inch steel plate that will be welded to the clutch pedal. And then we have a Clevis that we've modified that goes with a pin through there, and then a bearing. All of this is going to be, we like bearings here at MustangSteve, and we're going to be using a bearing instead of a bronze bushing to be actuating the clutch cable. So first we're going to get started by preparing the surface here at the top to get ready to weld this plate onto the clutch pedal. Okay, so what we did is we took off the paint here on the clutch pedal. Now you might get the kit that already has this welded on, but we also may supply the kit with this so that you can weld it on. But if that's the case, you want to remove the paint. Obviously, you want to get down to nice, shiny, bright steel here. And we're going to weld this piece on top of the clutch pedal. This is going to be the point where the clutch pedal will become a lever. This is our fulcrum, if you will, so that we can move the clutch pedal cable. So we're going to weld this on now, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about what we do next. Okay, so we got the pedal cleaned up here, got the paint taken off here, where we're going to be putting these welds, nice, shiny, bright metal. And we put a little bit of a bevel here because where we're going to be welding, this is going to be flush like this. We want to make sure we get good penetration into the steel plate. So we're going to set this up now, and we're going to weld this together. So I got this all clamped up on a nice flat surface. If you have a workbench or some kind of steel plate laying around, even a flat aluminum plate, that would work really well. You just want to have the clutch pedal, the side where the shaft is going to be coming out, and have that clamped down to the flat surface. And then also the steel plate, the essentially fulcrum that we're going to be using. You want that clamped down as well, butted up right up against where we're going to be welding on the clutch pedal, as you can see. I'm going to make some tack welds just to get it there situated, and then we'll unclamp it, and then we'll finish the rest of our welding. Now I got that tacked. I'm going to let it just sit just for a minute to kind of cool down some, so I don't unclamp it and it starts warping out of the plane. But once that happens, I'll unclamp it and we'll finish welding. Okay, well, we got our plate welded on, nice and secure all the way around, and we ground that all down flat so that we have a nice flat surface, this plane or this surface right here, from the plate the quarter-inch plate that we welded onto the clutch pedal here like that. Now I installed the shaft here onto the clutch pedal, but I put the spacer washer there, and we're just going to tack weld that on and then just grind that down nice and flat too, and then that'll provide a nice standoff for the clutch pedal away from the bushings on the pedal support. So we're going to do that now, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about installing the bearing. So we got everything installed, including the washer here. Tack welded that. Make sure that the little tack welds are ground flat. Tack welds are there just to keep that washer in place. So now we're going to install the bearing that everything pivots on. And you should be able to, so if you look at the pedal this way as it's sitting in the car, what I would suggest is installing the bearing like this, like so, and with a flange on that side. Your bearing may or may not have a flange, but nonetheless, we're going to install it like this. If you have a vise or an arbor press, I mean, it's not going to require a lot of force to put in there, but if you have a vise or an arbor press, that should be more than sufficient to do what we're doing. I am using, you know, some tubing laying around to press on the outside of the bearing. You don't want to press on that interior part of the bearing, the outside of the bearing, and we're going to obviously make sure we have clearance so that that bearing, when it comes through, it'll clear. So all you got to do is come down and press that in like so, and our bearing is in. All right, well, we got the bearing installed now. Now we want to turn our attention to the clutch cable. Now, I'm not going to go into detail of the installation of the clutch cable because that's pretty straightforward and really a lot like the 65 through 68 method of installing the clutch cable. So I'm just going to kind of address here this new design that we have for the 6970. And this is a Clevis that we have, and we've modified so that we can basically grab onto the cable and use the cable with this Clevis. Now, in order to do that, we have a 5/8 nut here, and we're going to install that nut first. So he's going to be on there. So you can envision this already installed on the car, okay? This is going through the cable, the adjustable firewall cable stop on the firewall, coming through the firewall, and you're dealing with your cable up under your dash. So now you're gonna put this 5/8 nut on, and then you're gonna thread or place, or however you want to say it, the Clevis and the ferrule here on the end of the clutch cable up into the Clevis. Grab that nut and bring it forward and thread it onto that Clevis like this. And you'll want to get an adjustable wrench, or I can't remember off the top of my head which size this 5/8 nut is, but you're going to want to secure that. And it doesn't have to be torqued to, you know, any specific torque rating, but you want to just have it good and snug on there. So now we're going to take the shoulder bolt that we have here, and with the pedal installed into the pedal support, which I don't have one on me right now, but again, let's just envision that that's up in the car. You're going to take the shoulder bolt and the Clevis, and you're going to position the Clevis here, with these tools out of the way. You're going to position that to where you can slide that shoulder bolt really in either direction through the Clevis, through the welded plate, and with the thread sticking out here on the other end. Now I have, this is a 5/16 18 flange nut, and so you're going to thread that on like so, and taking a 1/2" wrench, and I believe this was a 3/16. It is. It's a 3/16 Allen wrench, and you're going to essentially install this, tighten this on like so, getting it good and snug on there. I recognize this may be kind of cramped up underneath that dash and working on this, but I we tried to make this so that the tools would be able to get up under there and get done what you need to get done. Now you have this all installed, and obviously the transmission is going to be, the clutch is going to be giving you that static pressure of holding this clutch cable. So at this point you're ready. You could have had this installed in your already in the clutch, the pedal support, or you could have it out. But either way, you can now have that either installed or you're ready to go. Now there you go. Is your 6970 MustangSteve Clutch Cable Kit.